What if the most infamous dictator in history had won World War II? What if the Nazi war machine had crushed the Allies, reshaped global politics, and changed the course of history forever? This is not just a thought experiment. Victory for Nazi Germany was a terrifying possibility. But how could it have happened? And what kind of world would we be living in today? How could Nazi Germany have won? To understand this alternate timeline, we need to explore the key turning points where history could have taken a different path. Here are three major scenarios that could have led to a Nazi victory. Scenario 1. The Battle of Britain is a success. In 1940, the Battle of Britain was a crucial fight between the British Royal Air Force and the German Luftwaffe. If Hitler had destroyed the RAF and invaded Britain, Churchill might have fallen and Britain could have surrendered. With no Britain to support the Allies, the United States loses a key European ally. Scenario 2. No invasion of the Soviet Union or a different strategy. One of Hitler's biggest mistakes was attacking the Soviet Union in 1941, Operation Barbarossa. Instead of fighting on two fronts, Hitler could have focused on defeating Britain before moving east. If Germany had captured Moscow and Stalingrad early, they could have controlled vast resources and crushed the Soviet resistance. Scenario 3. The United States stays out of the war. The U.S. entered World War II after the attack on Pearl Harbor in December 1941. But what if Japan had never attacked? Or what if the U.S. had decided to focus only on the Pacific? Without U.S. involvement, Germany could have dominated Europe, while Japan controlled Asia. What happens after a Nazi victory? If Nazi Germany had won, the world would be unrecognizable. Let's break it down. 1. Europe under Nazi rule. Britain and France would likely be occupied, with puppet governments controlled by Germany. Countries like Spain, Sweden, and Turkey might have joined the Axis to avoid destruction. The Holocaust would continue on a larger scale, targeting not just Jews but other ethnic groups, political opponents, and anyone deemed unfit by Nazi ideology. 2. The fate of the United States. With Europe under Nazi control, would Hitler have eventually turned his attention to the U.S.? The Nazi dream included a global empire, and a Cold War-like standoff between a Nazi Europe and an isolated America could have taken place. Some speculate that a Nazi-friendly faction could have gained influence in the U.S. government, leading to diplomatic relations between the two powers. 3. The Cold War. But between Germany and Japan? If Nazi Germany had conquered Europe and Japan had dominated Asia, the two Axis powers might have eventually turned against each other. A Cold War could have happened between Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan, with each side developing nuclear weapons. A dystopian Nazi future. Fast forward to the modern world in this alternate timeline. What kind of society would exist under Nazi rule? 1. A one-party totalitarian state. All of Europe would be under a police state similar to Nazi Germany in the 1930s and 40s. No democracy, no free speech, and strict control over the media. Nazi propaganda would be taught in schools, shaping future generations. 2. Technological and scientific advancements under Nazi rule. Would Germany have beaten the U.S. in the space race? Could we have seen a Nazi flag on the moon instead of the American flag in 1969? Would nuclear weapons have been used to control other countries? Medical and scientific experiments would continue, likely with horrific human testing. 3. Culture and resistance movements. No Hollywood, no rock music, no free artistic expression. Underground resistance groups would still exist, fighting back against totalitarian rule. Would we see an eventual rebellion, similar to how the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991? Could it have really happened? Luckily, this nightmare scenario never happened. The sacrifices of millions ensured that the world never fell under Nazi control. But history teaches us an important lesson. Tyranny and fascism can rise if people do not stand against them. Even today, we must remain vigilant to protect freedom and democracy. So, what do you think? Could Nazi Germany have really won the war? And what would the world look like today if they did? Comment below and share your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe for more alternate history deep dives. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode.